Welcome to the Mighty Baker Podcast. I am Pete Tidwell, your host. I am a custom cake artist, bakery business coach, certified life coach, and the CEO at my bakery business, The Mighty Baker. You might have seen me winning Food Network's Cake Wars, competing on Halloween Baking Championship, or have tasted one of my delicious custom cakes or desserts. Either way, I am so happy that you're here today. I'm obsessed with the art of baking and caking, but I'm even more passionate about helping others live a happy life. Join me here every Wednesday as I share highlights and learnings from my ongoing journey as a bakery business owner. I will also be sharing positive mindset tips and business and life tips along the way, as well as inviting some of my baker friends that I have met over the years on TV baking competition shows. It's going to be a blast, and we are going to have so much fun because here in the world of the Mighty Baker, cake is life. So come on, and let's jump right in the mixing bowl and see what is being mixed up and discussed in this week's episode of the Mighty Baker Podcast. Let's go. Hello, welcome to episode 34 of the Mighty Baker Podcast. This week's episode is about 10 things that I wish I had learned before opening my bake shop. I'm here to share this with you, with anybody else out there that has any interest in opening up a bakery business or any business for that matter, because some of the things I have to share, I believe, could make or break your experience in being a small business owner, especially in the bakery industry. So listen up. There's going to be some gold nuggets coming your way in just a few minutes. So with my journey, if you've been listening, and if you haven't, go back and listen to some past episodes because I walk through my whole experience, my bake shops, opening, closing, all the thoughts, experiences through that. This episode is kind of to bring all of it together because it's been an interesting experience. I have been working so hard ever since I opened up my bake shop doors in 2015 that I haven't had a chance to even sit and think, to process, even like close to evaluate or analyze over my experience. Like I have little bits here and there, but overall, really looking back and really getting the learnings from my experience, like I haven't done that until just over the last 6 to 12 months. So that's why I'm here today, because what I have to share can really help those of you that are out there. And we're going to jump into this. So at the time in 2013, when I opened my bake shop up, go into the details with past episodes if you need more context to this. But in 2013, I moved back to Utah from New York City, having lived in Manhattan for a few years with a lot of bakery businesses. I used to go and look at all of them, eat all their desserts, and then try to make them myself. And when I came back to Utah, I noticed an interesting thing. Like in New York City, the whole cupcake craze had come and gone at that point. But when I moved back to Utah, it was kind of just hitting a little bit and in a very big way. And so in the very beginning, like we're talking 2013, when I first moved back, I was thinking, oh, maybe I need to open up a cupcake shop because they're popular. But then as over those next couple of years doing the farmer's market, I noticed that there were still kind of cupcake shops and maybe a couple others cropping up, but there were no like really kind of more specialty type bakeries in Utah County. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this out. We're going to open one up. And at the time, after working for my brother for 15 years, after at his deli working in a restaurant, after living in New York City, working in marketing and doing a lot of business research and marketing research, I thought that when I opened up my bake shop in 2015 that I had everything figured out. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. But now looking back, I had zero idea of what I was getting involved with. I mean, maybe like 10%, maybe, but I had zero idea of what that actually meant. And these 10 years have gone by so fast. Once I started, I haven't given myself really time to think and reflect on my experience. As soon as I closed my first brick and mortar shop up in 2018, I didn't really reflect at that at the time because I was in a very kind of darker place where I just felt like a failure. I felt like everything had just blown up in my face. And I went back to work a demanding full-time marketing corporate job and then started working on my next business idea and not ever really reflecting on what I had experienced and what I needed to learn from the experience. And it's very interesting because, and part of my learnings that I'll share with you in a minute here are that I was just too busy to even think about what was going on. And so time just went by, things went unchecked. And of course, things go unchecked in a business, things are going to have to change. So since I closed my cake creation studio down in just a few months ago, I have finally had the time to sit and reflect and actually think and process through my experience as a business owner over the last 10 years. And it's been quite enlightening. My first bake shop that I had, some of my top learnings, and I'll go into my 10 learnings here in just a minute, but my top learnings from my first bake shop was I was too involved. I didn't trust enough, and I expected the business to pay me a salary from day one. And I also expanded too quick. Those are some very quick learnings off the top. My studio, that is very much of a lesson in unseen circumstances. We opened January of 2020, right before COVID hit. So it never had a chance to really even operate like a business because it was open January of 2020. COVID hit in March, and we stayed open for 2.5 years. But the bottom line is unseen challenges that could happen that you have no control over could come in and sabotage your business. You can try to survive, which we did for a long time, but finally had to pull the plug because COVID challenges, supply chain, and timing was just not there. But with all that said, I do have some top learnings that I want to pass on to anyone who may be considering opening their own business, regardless of what industry that you're in. Of course, I'm talking very specifics when it comes to bakery industry, but all this applies to so many different businesses. And also keep in mind, it's not an exhaustive list. These are not the only things that I think are important in opening up a business, but these are some things that I wish that I had learned before opening my business. And there are many more things that are essential to learn and figure out before launching into opening, especially a bakery business, because it's a very complex, as most businesses are, but it's a complex one. All right, so with that said, let's go into the 10 things I wish I had learned before opening. So number 1, knowing and taking care of yourself. Remember to do that, you guys. Know and take care of yourself. Make sure you have some self-care things in place so that when things get tough, you can know and have the self-control to take a break when you need to take a break. I didn't do that over the last 10 years. I have many mental and physical type issues due to the hard work and push that I've pushed myself. Oftentimes, anytime my business got harder, I would just push harder and get less sleep, which is not a good thing. So know yourself, know what you want, and take care of yourself through the process so that if you do choose to be a business owner, it's putting yourself in positions that are uncomfortable and stressful. So if you're not okay with that, it might be not the best thing to jump into. But know yourself, know thyself, take care of yourself so you can know if that's what you want. You want to be a business owner. Work for somebody that's a business owner so you can know, get the experience. Maybe after working for a small business owner, you'll learn that you might not want to do that anymore. Or you might learn that you love it and that that's exactly what you want in your life. And then know that once you jump into being a business owner, Remember to take breaks and take care of yourself so that you can be on your A game and you can show up as the CEO of your life and business that you need so that you can succeed and so you can be happy and you can have joy in your life and love your life. That's the goal, isn't it, you guys? I think so. Number 2, understanding risk. And just understanding, like, what does it even mean to go into business? Like, you're putting all this money into it. It's an investment. A business is an investment with an unsure path because there's so many things that we can do from a strategy standpoint, and I'll talk about a few of those, to get things into the right place. But then once it's out in the market, it's out in the market, ladies and gentlemen, and it's up to the market to decide whether they're going to buy that or not. And so you have to do your due diligence, but then up to that point, once you then put it out in the world, it's out there and you can adjust it and pivot and do those kind of things to make it work. But a lot of it's out of your control. So understanding that risk that you're taking on. Number 3, the importance of working capital and cash flow. Those are huge. Huge, huge, huge. Importance of working capital and cash flow. So working capital, the amount of money that you have that you are able to work with in your business. Because when you're first starting, you're not going to have the sales that you want or that you need in order to turn a profit in your business. You're working up to that break-even point. So having a nice chunk of working capital to start with will help you in the beginning, because then once you hit any type of cash flow, paying invoices, sales coming in, inventory, labor, expenses, rent, all those things, that the working capital can help offset that and help with that cash flow situation. I'll have future episodes on this too. But importance of working capital and cash flow. And then with that, the next one, number 4, is just knowing your expenses. Know what expenses it's going to take to run your business. What does that look like? What does it cost? What does it cost to run a business? What does it cost to have employees? What does it cost to do these things? Just knowing your expenses. Number 5, the market size and the demand in your market. Who do you market to? Who's your target market? How many people live in your city? How many people within that market are going to be interested in buying your product? How many other bakeries are there out there selling what you sell? How can you change what your value proposition is? How can you offer something that's different, better than what they're doing? Or just competitive, right? The next one, work smart and not just hard. Some people just think, just work hard, pivot, just push, work hard. But no, you've got to stop and analyze and look over things in your business and make shifts and pivots often, and then work hard, and then stop, and then analyze again and work smart. Make sure that you're not just working hard, but you're working smart and hard. Next one, process and systems creation. So this is where all the success of most businesses are going to lie, right here, is in building out processes and systems that can be carried out by employees that you hire to then carry on business operations. So that once you have those processes and systems and you've created those, this moves on to the next one. You can then delegate and trust employees and team members to take on processes and systems that you have built so that they can follow them. And that you, the next one, learn how to be a leader. Learn how to be a CEO of a company. Learn what that even means. What does that mean to run a business team? And be able to delegate and trust and help them feel appreciated, and be able to train them on updates on processes and systems so that your business can work efficiently. And the last one that I have listed is patience and mindset management tools. Just being patient with your business. Patience that it's going to grow and that your hard work and efforts are going to go in, but you're going to have to be patient for that to happen. And then mindset management tools, how you can manage your mind. Because when you enter into the business ownership arena, and it is an arena, you get battle wounds in there, you're entering into a place where overwhelm is felt, confusion is felt, stress is felt. And those emotions get pretty heavy sometimes. And so having the mindset management tools to be able to help you overcome your thought spinouts and your negative self-talk and those things that come in, if you don't have those in place, you're going to get deep in your business and you're either going to dig yourself deeper or you're going to quit, or you're just going to be in a horrible place mentally. So that's the last learning that I put on there, is mindset management tools and just managing your expectations. So having patience. And going back to the first one and just doubling down on that and then adding one thing, knowing and taking care of thyself is huge. I think it's such a big one, because the underpinning of that, which a lot of my future things are going to be about, and a place where I'm very much passionate about, is believing in yourself. Having a deep self-belief that can help bolster you through those hard times that you're going to go through as a business owner. That self-belief is something you're always working on, but to have a baseline self-belief of yourself and know yourself and take care of yourself because you believe in yourself so hard that you can work through these things. It's not an easy path. It's not the easiest walk in the park. There are a lot of benefits of being a business owner, and I love the flexibility and the benefits of that. But I wish I had learned these things before. So I know this is not an exhaustive list of everything that you would need to have done before opening up a bakery business, but these are 10 things that I wish I had learned and that are some pretty deep learnings, and I hope that this can be some value to help you learn what you need to do in your business. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Season 2 is going to be incredible, so please keep joining us. The Mighty Baker has a lot of exciting things going on. Head to themightybaker.com or follow us on social media at The Mighty Baker to stay updated on what we have coming down the pipeline. Are you or someone you know a bakery business owner? If so, you gotta check out my bakery business coaching. I am now taking on one-on-one clients and helping them create sweet success in their bakery business and their life. Head to bakerybusinesscoach.com to learn more about my coaching program and sign up for a free 30-minute coaching session. I want to coach you on any bakery business problem that is holding you back from growing and from enjoying your everyday life. Please join us next time on the Mighty Baker podcast. This is your host, Pete Tidwell, signing off and reminding you to make your day a mighty one.